Hi, welcome back to my channel. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, kindly subscribe, like, drop a comment. You can drop an emoji or whatever. Just drop a comment so that YouTube will share my videos to other people. Thank you. Bye. Now let me sit and talk to you people.
We got memories in the making, every moment's ours for the taking. With love and laughter, hearts unfurling, our small town simple world.
So let me start by saying that this is not our regular type of vlog, right? This is how do I describe it? I just want to talk about law school, to be honest. Even though I've been shying away for so long from talking about it, right? But yeah, I think it's time. Well, not necessarily time, but like I just want to talk about some things that are not like the type of things that everyone talks about when it comes to Nigerian law school. So, yeah, everyone talks about how difficult Nigerian law school is, how, you hear things about the reading structure, the exam pressure, the sleepless nights, and all those things, right? And all of that. But there are some things that people don't talk about. There are some things that people don't talk about, or people don't randomly rather think about when they are thinking about law school, right? Or when they are thinking about Nigerian law school. Let me place it like that. But I think law schools generally they have the same structure. Well, when it comes to like the type of things that I'm trying to talk about, right? So yeah, and um, so generally, like, there are small realities that you only get to understand. I'm talking like what I'm talking about are small realities that you only get to understand when you are inside the system, when you get into the system, right? So if you're about to start law school, or you're just curious about what Nigerian law school looks like, what the experience is actually like, here are a few things that nobody really tells you, to be honest. Like, no one really tells you about these things about Nigerian law school, because I mean, people just focus on the whole, oh, it's so hard, reading structure, oh, the pressure and all that, right? Well, let's go. So the first thing I'll be talking about is that law school is more about endurance than intelligence. So stay with me. When I got to law school, one of the major things that surprised me, or yeah, that surprised me more, was about the fact that NLS is like the fact that in NLS it is less about who is the smartest and more about who can endure the system in the room, right? So I understand, yeah, intelligence helps definitely. I mean, everywhere, but you still need to understand that, like, you still need to understand the law. You need to read cases, and you need to, of course, be able to write properly and present whatever you're writing well, right? But the real challenge is actually stamina. Yeah, I said that. The real challenge is stamina, because like, you are dealing with a lot of things. Like, you're dealing with long lectures, you're dealing with large volumes of materials to read, you're dealing with so many confusing materials, right? Especially if you don't take notes in class, or if they did not allow you to take notes in class, because depending on your campus, there are some campuses that allows you to jot down or to write notes, and there are some that does not. Like my campus, Lagos campus, I don't know about now, but when I was there, we were not really allowed to take notes, except for a few classes where the lecturers decided to be gracious. So, like, these things are there, and then there is the mental pressure of just knowing that everything eventually leads to one major huge exam, right? This the bar finals. So a lot of the experience becomes more about discipline, consistency, and emotional resilience, and less about how much intelligence you have. In law school, you realize very quickly that being brilliant is very helpful, but being mentally stable is more important, because your brilliance, or your mental stability, will carry you more than where you're, or will carry you farther than your brilliance in law school, guys. So the second part of this video, and the well rest or the said rest, the other parts of this video would be with my laptop, because yeah, I made some jottings down. I scripted some parts of this video, and I thought that I would remember everything, but I realized that while talking about the first one, I didn't remember a lot. So yeah, it's better to just be looking at my script here and also so that I can dish out, the best content for you people. So anyway, that is that. Now, the second thing I would like to raise or speak about is the fact that everyone is quietly dealing with pressure. Yeah. So, like, there is a lot of pressure in that environment. Whatever law school you attended, whatever campus it is, there is a lot of pressure. And because law school brings together people who were, often high achievers in their university. So when I say high achievers, I mean even if you finished with a third class from your uni, you are there is a part of you that is still like that has that high achieving spirit and all that. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but yeah. So it's like, okay, these people, there are so many high achievers in one room or in one environment, right? So I mean, a lot of people, and there are a lot of people who graduated with the first class, second class upper, second class lower, third class. Everybody is almost smart, or if not smart, and suddenly you are filled in a room with people who are used to doing very well, right? And you are also used to doing well. And even if nobody says it out loud, it's there is just this quiet pressure that everyone is dealing with, right? There is, the pressure to perform well in the bar exams, of course, the pressure not to even disappoint themselves, the pressure not to waste the opportunity and not to feel like a failure, right? I think that's almost the same thing as not disappointing themselves. But yeah, and the interesting thing about it is that most people carry is that the pressure is quiet. I don't know how best to put this, but I'm trying to say that a lot of people carry this pressure quietly because they don't want to say it out loud like, oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh my god. Although some people still say it, but that's not the part that they bring out is like the minute part of the pressure that they have in them. Do you get? So it's like everyone looks calm on the surface and all, but internally a lot is going on with them. A lot is going on. Oh my god. Law school, I always say that law school is a crazy place, and there is there are two things that you need to experience in this life, and nothing else will shake you. Yeah, Nigerian Law School, especially Lagos campus. Sorry to other people from other campuses. I know that people from other campuses will say, yeah, of course. I mean, you cannot miss what you don't have, right, or what you did not get. So, but I'm saying it based on my own experience at the Lagos campus. Lagos campus will drill you. I don't want to say drain, so I had to take that back and say drill because it did drilled me, right? It drilled me. So another thing that I would mention, or that I think is more important and people don't really talk about, is the fact that law school teaches you a different way of thinking. Yeah. So I understand that there are some people that from their university, from their LLB days, they have been, you know, been getting trained in the practical aspects of law, right? But generally, there is no amount of practical aspect of law that they will teach you or that you get um, from your uni that you that you get from your uni that can top what you get from law school. Because so in law school your thinking just changes, like it's not something that you automatically you do yourself, it just happens automatically, right? I mean, in uni, just like as I've said, you often deal with theory and learning the legal principles and all that. The whole 9 yards, discussing cases and all. But law school really pushes you closer to practical side of law. You start to think about things like drafting, the procedure of it, documentation, real life consequences of a particular thing that generally you know how to do it, but like what are the real life consequences of some legal decisions or some legal decisions basically. So it slowly trains your mind or your cognitive to think in a more structured way and in a more realistic way, right? So you just begin to look at problems differently. You begin to ask questions differently. You just think about law in a more practical context. So yeah, in a more practical and realistic context compared to what you learned in uni or yeah during your LLB. So, the next thing I will be talking about is the fact that the routine can feel very intense. Like the routine in law school can feel very, very intense, and a lot of people underestimate it, and it cannot. Like it would feel more intense than what they've described to you. Like you can't get how intense the routine is or will be if like from other people's story. That's one thing. You cannot, because really, like if it is possible to have gotten how intense the whole thing would be, I feel like I would be more self-aware, but because I watched a lot of YouTube videos, I listened to people that are gone to law school and all that, but it still felt different. So it's different for everybody, and it can be intense depending on your style. Like it depends really. Like everything just depends on you and you as a person, right? So because the schedule is structured, you have lectures, you have assignments, you have this whole there's this thing that we call group meetings, practical exercises, group work, and all that. And in fact, you have the continuous preparation of for your exams, so which is the most intense aspect of it. And because everyone knows that the bar final is the final what's the word final hurdle before being called to the bar, the awareness is always like just somewhere in the background, like, bro, what you are reading for or what you are doing all these for is for the exam, right? So even during normal days, there is just this underlying seriousness to everything. Like everything will be serious. And it's not necessarily chaotic, but it can feel very confusing. Okay, now for the last thing or for the last point, I think one of the most beautiful parts of law school is that people don't really talk about is yeah, it's about friendship. Yeah, friendships, because everyone is going through the same thing, the same experience, and there is just a sense of shared understanding, a sense of shared what's the word? I'm trying to look for the right word, but yeah, shared understanding, shared you feel a sense of belongingness, like, oh my god, we are doing this together, right? So you're reading the same materials, you're attending the same lectures, you're preparing for the same exams, and that shared journey can really create beautiful friendships that even last beyond law school, right? And sometimes it's those small moments, studying together, encouraging each other, laughing in between stressful periods and all, and also like just being together that makes the whole experience more meaningful, right? And more beautiful. So I think that friendships can, or law school can give you beautiful friendships. Yeah, and you can lose some as well, but that's by the way. So yeah, law school is very demanding, and that is so true. Like it's so true. But beyond the pressure and the exams, I think it is also an experience that shapes you in ways that you might not expect. Like it tests your endurance, it strengthens your discipline, right? It forces you to grow, and sometimes quietly, sometimes it might be painful, right? And by the time it's over, you realize that you did not just learn more about law. You didn't just learn the practical aspects of law, but you learned a lot about yourself too. So, if you like this type of video, please let me know. If you like this type of sit down, reflective, and should I say master classy type of video, let me know, because I think I enjoyed filming this. Like it is low effort and high reward. If I do say so myself. And apologies for the back and forth in the lightning. I'm using natural light, and yeah, you can't really control what God does. So we're working with God, and If he lies, the sun will come up. Then if he does not, it will go down. So yeah, it's going down now. But anyway, guys, I if you've gone to the Nigerian Law School, I'd love to know what your experience was like. And if you're about to start law school, or if you are in law school already, I think you should feel free to share how you are feeling about it, what you you've seen, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy reflective conversations like this about law, career growth, and navigating life in your 20s, 30s, and whatever, just lifestyle generally. So let me drop my baby now and face you guys. So I will see you guys in my next video.